Everyone tells you the same thing. Put on a podcast during your commute. Watch a show with subtitles. Let English live in the background. And for years, you believed that counted as practice. Here's the uncomfortable part. It barely does. Your ears got exposed. Your mouth never moved. And your mouth is the part that's stuck. Hey, my name is Becca, and I help English learners improve their speaking without living abroad, memorizing grammar rules, or taking expensive classes. So let's actually name what's happening. You know the grammar. You've known it for years, but when someone asks you a real question in real time, you freeze for a second, you translate in your head, and by the time the sentence is ready, the moment's already gone. That's not a knowledge problem, that's a speed problem. Fluency isn't something you store in your brain like a fact. It's something your mouth has to physically learn how to do, the same way your legs learn how to ride a bike. And you can watch someone ride a bike for 100 hours. Your legs still won't know how. So here's what actually builds that speed. 2 things: narrating your life and using chunks instead of single words. Narrating your life means describing what you're doing in English as you do it. For example, if you're locking your door, you can say, "I'm locking the door." Or if you're waiting for the kettle, you can say, "This thing takes forever." Don't complicate it. Just say small, boring, actual sentences out loud in the exact moments you're standing there doing them. And chunks means you don't reach for single words. You reach for whole phrases you've already built. So you don't say toothbrush. Instead, you say pick up my toothbrush. You don't say door. You say lock the door before I leave. This way, your brain isn't hunting for vocabulary anymore. It's grabbing something that's already sitting there, ready to go. Real quick, if you want a structured way to start doing exactly this, I put together a 7-day fluency switch challenge. It's linked in the description below. It walks you through your first week of this. All right, let's actually do this together because I don't want you nodding along and then forgetting it by tomorrow. Picture yourself making coffee this morning. Most of us do this in total silence, or worse, phone in one hand, brain somewhere else entirely. So let's take that exact moment and do it differently. You reach for the mug, and instead of staying silent, you just say what's actually happening in your head. Something like, "I'm grabbing the mug. It's still warm from yesterday. Gross. I should actually wash it properly this time." That's the whole exercise. You're not memorizing anything new. You're just narrating a moment you were already living through anyway, using English you already know. Let's build a few more of these together right now so you can see the pattern. Say you're leaving the house and you almost forget your keys again. Instead of just thinking keys, you say the whole thought, "I need to grab my keys before I forget them again." Or you're at your desk and you can't find your pen. You don't just think pen, you say, "Where did I put that pen? I swear I just had it." Or you're stuck in traffic and it's driving you crazy. You don't just think traffic, you say, "This traffic is actually unbelievable today." Notice something about all 3 of those sentences. None of them are perfect. None of them are quote-unquote textbook sentences. They sound like an actual person thinking out loud because that's exactly what they are. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This feels a little insane, talking to yourself about your mug. And sure, out loud in public, maybe skip that part. Do it in your head on the subway. Do it out loud in the shower or the kitchen when nobody's around if you feel anxious, especially at the beginning stages in your journey. But don't let the awkwardness talk you out of it. Nobody's watching. You're training a muscle, not putting on a show. And here's the part that actually matters. You already have dozens of these moments every single day. Locking the door, waiting for the kettle, walking to your car, standing in line. You've been filling every one of them with your phone. That's not a time problem. You have the time. You've just been spending it on the wrong thing. And there's a reason this specific method works better than just listening more. Listening trains recognition. It teaches your ears to catch the words. But speaking, actually producing the sentence yourself, is what turns a word you understand into a word you can use without thinking. That's the whole difference between knowing English and speaking it. So here's the one thing I want you to do today. Pick one moment, just one, making coffee, locking your door, walking to the bus stop, and narrate it in English. Out loud if you're alone, in your head if you're not. That's the whole assignment. You don't need another hour in your schedule. You don't need a new app or a new course or some perfect study plan you'll abandon in a week. You already have the moments. You've had them the whole time. You just have to start using your mouth in them instead of your thumb. And don't forget that if you want a structured 7-day version of this with clear daily exercises already laid out for you, the 7-day Fluency Switch Challenge is free and it's in the description. Now let me tell you something before you go. Narrating your day is step 1, but eventually you're going to hit a moment where you know exactly what you're doing and you have no idea what the English word for it is. That's a completely different problem, and it's actually the one that trips people up the most once they get past this stage. If that's you, then this video right here is for you. See you there.